And a pleasant good evening, hockey fans, and welcome to the Miners Memorial Building, the Coop Light Arena in Virginia, for tonight's My 9 Sports coverage of high school hockey, featuring Section 7A rivals, the International Falls Broncos, and the Virginia Blue Devils. Along with Darwin Aller, Javonsi George, and Simon Insuk on our cameras, Reed Larson on my commentating, Steve Rockla in the truck, and John back at KBGR. I'm Bob Cohen with tonight's play-by-play. They've introduced the starters, and now we'll pause for the playing of our national anthem. And once again, welcome to the Coop Light Arena for high school hockey on My 9 Sports Network. The Broncos and the Blue Devils. The Broncos coming in with a record of 3-1. They lost for the first time Tuesday night in Hibbing. Meanwhile, the Blue Devils now are 2-2, but they are unbeaten in the section at 2 wins and no losses. Reed Larson back with me tonight. Nice to have Reed back next to me. Reed, it's not bad doing a game by yourself, but I'll tell you, having a second voice talking X's and O's sure makes the telecast so much better.
Well, it probably was a little bit quieter without me here. I mean, people tend to listen to a lot more of me yapping my flapper over here than they get to watch hockey. And I don't know, maybe that's what they like. Who knows? But you talked about a couple of hockey teams here that are very interesting. Hibbing had a chance to knock down the International Falls with their first loss. So that game just happened earlier in the week. That was Hibbing with a brand new coach, Eric Rewerts, and International Falls, a brand new coach, Chad Baldwin. So Baldwin started out hot 3-0. They had a great 2-1 win over Greenway here last week. They've had some other battles, and then they lost one to Hibbing. So congratulations to Rewerts for the W to knock that down. But we should see some fantastic hockey between the Devils and the Broncos tonight.
We've got two very good goaltenders, Mitchell Nemec of International Falls and Ian Kangas of Virginia, and I expect a very physical, hard-fought hockey game. Comes back to the point. Tiedemann, let's go for a shot. Nemec with a save, and quickly the puck is grabbed and cleared out by Seven-End. And we have a whistle. We've got Troy Nichols and Todd Skaya tonight as our referees.
Two good area referees. Yeah. Two good area referees. Nichols from Virginia, Skaya from the Hibbing Chisholm area over there. Yeah. Over there.
Yes, over there, over there.
Over there. And I just threw out, ladies and gentlemen, just threw out my Aaron Range accent for a second. Over there.
Puck comes all the way back in the Blue Devil land, and Kangas now gives it to Tyler Lamorier off the boards, and Scherf could not control it, where it's grabbed by Jocelyn of I Falls. Blue Devils going with their top line, Peterson, Scherf, and Rudabush. Broncos, Sivanen, Kostick, and Wehrle. Just underway. We're almost a minute into our opening period.
A bit of a slow start, Bob. They kind of stuck in the neutral zone a little bit. Looks like the Falls were going to be a little bit more passive on the forecheck there. Puck gets deep here for the Devils, and we'll see how it rolls.
Jocelyn shoots it along the boards to the far side. Bialke has his man pinned in there. Now this puck is grabbed by Brady Wicklund. Cross ice to Miles Mason. Back to Wicklund in the Blue Devil end. Goes into the corner. Now he drops it back to the point. Shot goes right on. And there's Kangas. Boy, I'll tell you, you can win a lot of hockey games if you've got strong goaltending.
Well, there's no question about it. I think about it an entire career as a high school hockey coach and how many goalies kept me in games in Virginia For example, you get goalies like Camden Krybeck, like I had the last year that I was here. Lucas Murray. We had Nicholas Westerholm from Finland that came for 1 year. Goalies that can win you hockey games.
Yes.
Ian Kangas has that ability, but so does Mitchell Nemec.
Yes, he does.
This is going to be fun.
I've heard a lot of good things about that Falls goaltender, and he's one of the captains of this team. Broncos are in their road purple and gold uniforms. Reed, I think back years ago when the Broncos came down here and they had their Dirty Dozen band, and this place was just rocking. Shot goes right on, and Nemec will cover it up. I remember across the way, the Blue Devil fans were on that side, and up in Section N was Steve Begich. He brought his portable organ in from just a block away, playing that. Oh, when the Blues go marching in, this place was rocking and rolling, and the Minnesota State High School League made athletic director Richie Olson have Beggy take that organ out here because it caused too much. Goal right out front, and a goal scored. I think it was Headley who gets the first goal of the night.
Well, a little bit of history, and at the same time we're talking about Blue Devil history, we see the puck go right into the back of the net. Nice little play from behind the net. Actually came off the face-off. Comes from behind the net. He stuffs it around and throws it in. So that didn't hit anything in front. I thought maybe it would have hit something. But that was Isaac Flatley, and we talked about the Flatley family last week. What a great family. I just see that Isaac popping that baby in there. It just brings back memories of coaching some of the Flatleys back in the day. Great play.
So it was Dylan Headley getting the goal and Isaac Flatley getting the assist. That's the Blue Devils' second line. The third mate on that line is Ben Irvin.
So Flatley threw it in front of the net. They gave it to somebody else. Well, who got the original? Did you hear that? The call from.
It was Headley getting the goal.
So Headley got it. It must have hit something in front. Must have hit Headley in front. Isaac Flatley comes from behind the net, makes the play around the net, and then Headley bangs that baby in.
Here come the Blue Devils breaking out. That's Ruda Bush. Comes into the Bronco end. It'll be kept in, and now they say offside on Virginia.
Well, and I stood corrected a couple of weeks ago when I talked about the Headley family. I was under the impression that at one point in time that they played on that, his old man played on that state tournament team. He actually played the year before, which I've heard from people that was arguably just as good of a team.
Oh, they were
really good in 2004.
Yes, they were. And in fact, the year before that, I think all three Headley brothers were playing. Travis was on that team too, before Travis went down to Cloquet to play hockey.
Fun to watch.
Yep. Oh, they're very talented kids.
Well, it runs in the family.
Yep. And of course, a hot tip, I have to tell you a hot tip. Someone said, how could you always tell a difference between Nate and Nick? One wore 7 and one wore 8.
That's how you can tell a difference.
Here's a shot and a save by Nemec, but I'm going to tell you here in a second. It'll be kept in. This is Rudabush. Comes to Scherf. Still in the zone. And now finally the Broncos. This is Glowalk into center ice. And he'll put it into the Virginia end. Broncos now on a complete line change. Up the boards. Rudabush clears it in the center ice. And the Broncos quickly will put it right back into the Virginia end.
A lot of tic-tac-toe there in front of the net. Looked really familiar from what we had last week when we were calling the game here last week with Evelyn. You saw Brendan Peterson and Keegan Rudabush making great plays in front of the net. You just saw that down on the other end. Getting kind of to a longer shift here. So you're going to see the puck get deep here, and they're going to get off.
Rudabush gets it into Carlson. Back in the Virginia end. Lamorier in behind his net. 13:20 to play in the opening period. 1-0 Virginia. Blue Devils had a little trouble coming out, and now they do get the puck in the attacking zone. Here's a shot right on. May have hit the side of the net. Shot was taken by Ryan Mannon. Getting back to the Headleys now, how I knew the difference between 7 and 8, Nate and Nick. I always said Nate never wore 8.
Well, there you go. If there's some way that you can remember between the two, you got to figure that out.
Yep.
You got to figure it out if you can. Well, there you have it.
Face off with 13:08 to play in our opening period. Comes back to the point. Here's a shot by Callister. Nemec with the save. So far, most of the action has been in the Broncos zone. Another shot, and Nemec clears it to the back wall. Again, Blue Devils putting some pressure on the Broncos. It's taken the Broncos little time here to get their feet going with that long bus ride. I expect them to play a better second and third period. Right now, the Blue Devils are keeping them pinned in their own end.
Well, you talked about a physical hockey game, Bob, and you're getting that, at least from the Blue Devils at the moment. They're laying body every chance they can.
Manning just laid a body into the defense, Cody Jocelyn, as he tried to come out, and now the Broncos worry. Headman's a pass up for Kostick into the zone. He's got Sivonen in the middle, and a nice defensive play. It looked like Callister who tipped the puck away. 12:21 to go in the opening period. Break in the action. This is My Nine Sports from the Brie Cupoletti Arena in Virginia.
Guys, you got some talent on the back end.
A few of them. We've got puck clears the zone. This is Will Trumpline puts it right in 6 or something. The team settled down.
Yeah, they settled down a little bit. Maybe got into their groove.
Action in center ice, and let's put it back in the Broncos zone. This is Talmadge, and he'll put it in, and we're going to have icing called on International Falls. Face off back in the Bronco end.
Well, International Falls had a little bit of a rush there just before we went off to break. They had a little bit of a break in the action. Nice play, but a good breakup by Callister coming into the zone. Stopped that 2-on-1 from turning into a disastrous play for the Blue Devils.
He'll be kept in by Tiedemann now off the body of Mason. But quickly hustling back was Ben Irvin of the Blue Devils. It's along the near boards where they're battling. Get a good look at it from our camera up above the press box here in Virginia. Now Irvin will carry it into center ice. Gets a pass up to Flatley, and quickly Nemec will clear it back into neutral ice. Headley. Cross ice pass goes to Lamourier. Now Tiedemann could not control it, but quickly does grab it. Otherwise, you had Miles Mason of the Broncos right there. Flatley up to Headley. Here comes Dylan Headley into the Bronco zone. Headley drops the pass back for Flatley, and it's up into the scoreboard area.
Up off the Cupoletti press box sign.
Boy, you don't know how many years I spent up in that. I was located right by the word Brie up there. Brie Cupoletti Arena. That's where I was.
A lot of years ago. We're not going to talk about how many years ago that was, Bob. That just dates you. You still sound young and look young. We hope to have you doing this for another 60 years.
Oh, yes, I know. And I'm thinking Buddha wants me to do it too for a few more years so he can be up on top covering all these games here. But next year we're going to be over in the new building.
Yes, sir.
And from what they tell me, it's a beautiful press box area.
Well, good.
Sheriff controls the puck, gets it back to Callister. Let's go with a shot, and it was blocked up high by Sether. Broncos with their third line on the ice right now. That's Dremel, Thompson, and Sether. And now Peterson coming in, but we've got a Virginia player down right at the blue line. Ryan Scherf must have got...
Scherf blew a tire right there. He was coming into the corner, or he was coming into the zone, and then he was off sides. He had a quick stop, turn back, and try to get up, and he blew a tire as he was trying to get across the line.
Boy, I'll tell you, for how hard Ryan Scherf plays all the time, I'm surprised he doesn't blow a few tires a night.
Oh, he's probably got to change those tires every once in a while. Mom and Dad probably spend a few dollars on his skates in a year.
Yeah.
Wears them down.
He's a good one. He's a hustler. He never quits. This is Rudebush. Gets turned back at the sideboard, and Scherf now gets it, and he'll dump it into the zone, and the Blue Devil forwards will head to the bench on a line change. Under 10 to go in our opening period. 1-0 Virginia on a Dylan Headley goal. Puck is loose in the zone, and it's grabbed by Tucker Hell. Off the boards into center ice. Here comes Sivonen into the Blue Devil end. Comes right to the side of the goal.
Oh, what a play by Ian Kangas. He sees the play coming back out in front of the net, uses the stick to poke check. That guy had no chance of coming out from in front of the net, or coming out from behind the net to the front. He just got his stick right on it. Awesome headsy play by Ian Kangas.
Now Mannanen will keep it in the zone for the Blue Devils. Takes a bump right along the near boards. Coming away with it is Cooper Levine into center ice. Now Braden Tiedemann tries to get it up to Mannanen. He'll put it into the zone, and quickly it comes out. Here come the Broncos. This is a 2-on-1. That was Wicklund, and could not get a shot off. Wicklund will get it back to the point. That's Talmadge.
Well, that was a good hustle back into the play by Lamoureux. He kind of got twisted around inside out there. Ended up with a nice hustle coming back. Both he and Tiedemann did a good job of breaking that up. Even after kind of an ill-advised move, he got beat. But hustle back, and young hockey players, that's why you hustle back. You hustle back because you never, even if you get beat, it's not the time to throw your head back and pout. You hustle back and see what you can stop, and they both stopped it.
It's really nice to see Tyler Lamoureux play. I know he was sick and injured quite a bit of last year and didn't see much ice time, but I'm glad he's healthy and he's giving it 100% for the Blue Devils. Here's Flatley putting a shot right on, and Nemec with the save and the glove.
Well, nothing hurts on a shot like that. People might say, well, geez, don't you want to carry it in and set up a play? The best play in hockey is a shot on net. All he needed was a little bit of pressure going hard down the middle, and he just didn't have that. He should have had what they call a dot lane drive, the center drive. That middle guy in the rink should go hard to the net on that play.
Flatley in the corner. Now Irvin tries to tap it back to Flatley. This is Tucker, or check that. That was Max Dremel with the puck, and here come the Broncos. This is Tristan Thompson. Gets bumped off the play. Lamoureux will grab the puck. Shoots to the far side for Ben Irvin. Off the boards. Coming in is Headley, and he goes right through the crease area. Flatley could just not get to it. Off the glass. Back into center ice, the puck goes. Tiedemann back in his own end. Thompson was right by him. Now Tiedemann into the Bronco end. Right on front, and nobody could pull the trigger. Now Flatley will just dump it into that right corner. Trying to come away with it is Cody Jocelyn, and the Broncos will just clear it back in the center ice, where quickly the Blue Devils return the favor back in the Bronco end.
The Blue Devils are having a good start to this hockey game, but if there's some advisement that I would have on the coaching side of things, I'm sure Coach Finseth is going to talk about some of the plays that they're giving up in neutral ice. They're taking a few chances that maybe they could be a little bit simpler on.
We've got an icing, and we're going to take a break with 7:11 to play in the first period. My Nine Sports from the Brie Cupoletti Arena in Virginia.
The P.S. Engman Agency is a family-owned business that has served the area with compassion and quality service for over 100 years. We are grateful for their fine support of Blue Devil Sports on Channel 5.
Blue Devils breaking out. This is Keegan Rudebush. Side of the net, right out in front. Nobody there except for Koshtik of the Broncos. Now here is Scherf. Puck was tapped away from Scherf. It's cleared. And Nemec cannot keep it in. Races on. Sivanen almost got to it. Lamoureux clears it back in the Bronco end. And we're going to have another icing with 6:25 to play in our opening period.
Well, we talked a little bit before the puck got dropped, just about, or before we went out to break, that Virginia's playing a really good, solid forechecking game up and down the ice. The neutral zone, if there was something that they could take care of better, it is some of the step-up plays in the neutral zone. There's been a couple of 2-on-1 chances where it was a step-up and a miss, and a break or a 2-on-1, Bob. And if I'm Coach Finseth, I'm talking to those guys about being a little bit careful not to give up those odd man rushes. International Falls needs to sustain some pressure. They've got to get down here, get a forecheck going, lay some physical hockey game, put some bodies on these guys, and see if they can get some momentum.
And I expect that in the second and third period. Again, once their legs get a little loosened up, it's a long bus ride. Here come the Broncos breaking in. This is Wicklund, and a save made by Ian Kangas. A good chance. Shot goes right towards the net. Tucker Hill. It hit a Blue Devil in front. Hill again off a skate. Goes to the far side where Brady Wicklund will shoot it in behind the net. Picked up And the Blue Devils are able to clear it back into the Bronco end.
You don't get to hear this very often, Bob. It was a kick save in front of the net by Tyler Lamourier. Made the save. He did a kick save.
Puck is loose. No red light. No goal. Although the Blue Devil fans thought it was in.
Yeah, but old Casey Myrie behind the net there that's on the switch did not think it was a goal.
Let's see if we can see on the replay.
You can't see it from up above. From our angle, you could not see that puck cross the line. So a good no call by referee Nichols down there.
And if it's not conclusive,
Yeah, we're not going to make the call anyway. These guys get paid the money they get paid to make that call.
Yep.
And I'll tell you what, I don't want to be the one to say no goal at the home building. And he's from here, Bob.
yep. Yep.
So we're going to let him call that.
He played 3 years, maybe even 4. Troy and Gavin Nichols. And of course, this is Troy tonight working the game. Virginia will put the puck back in, rings around the boards to the near side. Coming up on 5 minutes to go in our opening period, 1-0 Virginia. Scherf try to go around the defense. Nice play by Ben Glowak. Kept in. Here's a shot from Nemenich right on, and Nemec with the Broncos save. And the Broncos will clear it out. That was Joe Talmadge who clears the zone. Quickly comes back into the Bronco end. Most of the action tonight so far in this first period has been in the west end, which means that's the Bronco defensive end. Matt Kauster takes the puck back deep in his own. Aaron pass. Broncos now will try to convert, but it's poke checked away. Quickly picked up, and the Blue Devils will clear the puck back into neutral ice.
Well, we always like to, Bob, try to get some local names, across the air here. And it's always fun to kind of kick it back to the old days. So we're going to throw it back a second and go back to a classmate of my mother's who's down in Florida right now watching her grandson play for the Blue Devils. That's Karen Marwick.
Oh,
is
really?
the grandmother
Oh, yeah.
of Ryan Mannanen.
Oh,
And I
yeah.
am sure she is watching the live stream, this is just fantastic.
Well,
that people get the opportunity to watch from out of state like that. Karen Marwick, hopefully you're enjoying watching your grandson play. I got to hear all about it last week when I went to have coffee with my mom.
Well, that's good here. And I want to say hello to Karen. I knew Karen very well. In fact, I know all the Marwicks. Grew up with them. South side of Virginia.
There you go.
Puck is picked up in front of the net. Quickly, the Broncos. Kostick will put it in deep. Lamourier shoots it along the boards. Virginia's Headley will come away with it. This is flatly offside Virginia.
Well, that's clearly an offside right there.
Break in the action, 3:16 to go in our opening period. 1-0 Virginia from the Brie Cupoletti Arena in Virginia.
Starkovich Distributing Company in Virginia has been a longtime Blue Devils sponsor on Channel 5 television sports and has been a big contributor to the economic climate on the Iron Range for over 70 years. Call 741-9061 when you're looking for someone to supply your beverage needs.
I didn't get my degree right out of high school, and I ended up getting married and having a few kids. My daughter, she was going through the college, she got her AA degree. She just kind of was like, hey Mom, you can do it too. And the professors are really encouraging, everybody's just supportive. This May, I'm looking forward to graduation and walking with their support. My name is Desiree, and this is my Mesabi story.
As we get back to action, the puck is deep in the zone, under 3 minutes to play. Period number 1, and the puck is cleared all the way down in the Virginia end. Lamourier after it. Levine will take him into the corner boards. Now Mason try to come away with it. Kept in at the point, the shot hits some traffic, and Tiedemann will clear the zone for the Blue Devils. Under 2.5 minutes to play in our first period. It's 1-0 Virginia over International Falls. These are a pair of Section 7A rivals, Iron Range Conference rivals also. A huge game for both of these teams. Now a bad pass, and Nemec will come out, and he'll just clear it away from the oncoming Blue Devil. That was Brendan Peterson. Behind the Bronco neck, Scherf tries to get it back to the point, but it's quickly taken away by Tucker Hill. And Matt Callister will put it right back in for Virginia. $1:50 to play in our opening period. Broncos trying to break out. That was Thompson. Center ice. Callister whiffed on. Thompson will grab it. We got a penalty coming. It's going to be, I believe, a Virginia penalty, probably for hooking.
Slashing. He called him for.
A slash on Callister. And that'll put the Broncos on the power play for the remainder 1:36 of the period.
Well, they'll get set up in their face-off spot down in the Blue Devil end to the left of Ian Kangas. It gets set up with their power play. And, of course, he's going to try to get his top unit out there for a minute and a half. And I would assume they'll stay out for the entire minute and a half of the period. And then they'll get a chance to start with a little less than 30 seconds.
Oh, shorthanded goal almost for the Blue Devils. Ryan Scherf on a perfect pass from Rudebush. Man, it was right there, and somehow Nemec made a save on the play. Rudebush tries to come out, did not fool the Bronco, and the Broncos now will set up on their power play. Great chance for the Broncos to get the equalizer here in the final minute, being outplayed, but yet can come away with maybe tying the game.
They're going to have to get control of this puck down here, but here's the play. Take a look at the replay. Behind the net, goalie sets it up just fine, but Rudebush hard on the forecheck, and you got Scherf coming down the slot, and he bangs the one-timer, and big save by Mitchell Nemec to keep this thing only 1-0. That could have been 2-0, and a shorty to boot.
Final minute of the opening period. Here's a shot, hit some traffic, or maybe it did.
That had eyes on it, Bob. That looked like it was sniffing out the upper corner to the glove side of Ian Kangas.
Yep. I'm not sure if Kangas even saw it with so many bodies in front. Here's Flatley on the shorthanded shot right out front, and another save. Irvin then whiffed on it, but he got a good shot, and Nemec came up with another save. 30 seconds to go in our opening period. 1-0 Virginia. The Broncos on the power play.
Look at the Blue Devils just put pressure on right now. I mean, there's strength, hustle, and work ethic on this penalty kill right now. They've just got some intensity. You got two bruisers out here with Irvin and Flatley just working them over for most of this penalty kill.
12 seconds to go. Here comes Flatley back with 5 seconds. His shot. Nemec with the save, and our period is going to come to an end with the Blue Devils holding a 1-0 lead over the International Falls Broncos. My Nine Sports coming to you from the Brie Coupoletti Arena on this Thursday night. After one period, Virginia 1 and International Falls 0, and we'll have more after this intermission.
The P.S. Engman Agency is a family-owned business that has served the area with compassion and quality service for over 100 years. We are grateful for their fine support of Blue Devil Sports on Channel 5. Starkovich Distributing Company in Virginia has been a longtime Blue Devils sponsor on Channel 5 television sports, and has been a big contributor to the economic climate on the Iron Range for over 70 years. Call 741-9061 when you're looking for someone to supply your beverage needs.
I didn't get my degree right out of high school, and I ended up getting married and having a few kids. My daughter, she was going through the college. She got her AA degree. She just kind of was like, hey, Mom, you know, you can do it too. And the professors are really encouraging. Everybody's just supportive. This May, I'm looking forward to graduation and walking with their support. My name is Desiree, and this is my Mesabi story.
Good morning, officer.
Morning. How's it going today, ma'am?
I just want you to know, I love this city. I can always find a parking place, and I never have to parallel park. Look here, every car is bunched up over on that side of the street, so it makes it really easy for me to park. And what's so odd is that yesterday, every car was on that side of the street.
Well, ma'am,
Oh, just call me Yvette. And what was your name?
I'm Chad. It's nice to meet you, Yvette. Calendar parking is why all these cars are on this side of the street. Here in Virginia, we have calendar parking, so that way the cars are on the right side, so that way it makes it a little easier. So now, on an even day, you would park on the even side of the street as the address is. So you see these house numbers over here all have even numbers. So on an even day, you park on that side. On an odd day, you would park on the same side of the street as the odd number houses. So during the winter months of November through April, we try to make sure that cars are parked on the even or odd side of the street, depending on the calendar day.
So you're gonna give me a ticket? I thought you were so nice.
I am nice, and I'll tell you why I'm nice. Because the Virginia Police Department, when calendar parking is followed, it ensures that our city crews can get out and plow all the roadways after a major snow event. Also, it makes it a lot safer for all the pedestrians and all other traffic in the area. Besides that, many of the streets in Virginia are narrow, so when it comes to emergency vehicles getting through, it's nice to have all the vehicles parked on the right side of the roadways, so ambulances, fire trucks, squad cars, even just regular vehicles can get through.
I am so sorry. I didn't know.
Can I tell you something else?
Yes, I know. Ignorance of the law is no excuse.
What I was going to say is actually during the summer months, calendar parking changes a little bit. We try to make it a little easier for everybody. So from the months of May through October, you only have to worry about switching sides every 2 weeks. So on the first of the month, you make sure that you park on the odd side of the street. And on the evening of the 16th, you swap over to the even side of the street for the rest of the month. And just one more thing.
Yes?
How about you move your vehicle to the proper side of the street and we'll call it even.
Oh, I could just hug you. Can I hug you?
No, ma'am. But you need to know that calendar parking always starts the previous evening. So at 6 p.m. the previous night, you always park for the very next day.
Call me Yvette.
Thank you, Yvette.
And welcome back to the Brie Couplet Arena, the Miners Memorial Building in Virginia. I'm Bob Cohn along with Reed Larson. And we have played one period of hockey with the Virginia Blue Devils on top of the International Falls Broncos by a score of 1-0. Reed, the Broncos have to be happy coming out of that period, being outplayed, outshot, and only trailed by 1 goal. And now they're going to get their legs loosened up a little bit. They got off the bus, and I expect to see a different Bronco team in the second period.
Oh, 100%, Bob. I'm thinking that they're going to come out and probably try to sustain some sort of physical hockey game coming into the second period, because it was very clear that the Blue Devils took over a physical presence, not only bumping bodies around, but they were physically present in front of Nemec and buried one in front of the net and had a chance on the penalty kill at the end of the period to bury another one. Virginia dominated that period, and I'm sure that Chad Baldwin is going to get them going and have some physical play coming in the second period.
What do you think Coach Finseth is probably telling his kids right now? You're outplayed. The Broncos are going to come at you hard now in the second period. Let's keep that intensity going.
Well, Coach Finseth is telling his players, hey, that was just one period. You got to put together 2 more periods. You can't win a hockey game on just one. Against a good team, you can't. You can't win a hockey game with 1 period of great hockey. You got to come out and take 1 period at a time. So let's go out for the second period, put together the same thing we did in the first period, maybe bury another one and keep our momentum rolling.
Shots in the first period. The Blue Devils outshot the Broncos 13-4. Nemec, the goaltender for the Broncos, came up with 12 saves on 13 shots. Ian Kangas made all 4 saves on the 4 shots. 1 penalty in that first period. It was on the Blue Devils. The Broncos will have 24 seconds remaining on that 5-on-4 advantage. And the only goal, and we're going to show you this highlight now, and Reed's going to comment about this play. There was 1 goal scored in the period.
Well, it was good to see this start the way it started. The Blue Devils had a nice play that came right off the face-off. It came right off the face-off. It ended up going behind the net, Bob. Isaac Flatley took that right behind the net. He threw it in front, and Dylan Headley banged in the rebound there. It actually looked like the wraparound went in, but it must have been sitting underneath goaltender Nemec for a period of time, and Dylan Headley apparently got a stick on it and buried that thing.
So again, the official scoring was Dylan Headley, number 24, and Isaac Flatley, number 18, with the assist. We do have 1 score to report tonight. We've got 1 final score. Duluth Marshall, playing at home at Mars Arena, defeated Moose Lake by a score of 3-1. Other boys hockey games tonight, and we'll be trying to get some scores. There's a big one in Cloquet tonight. Hermantown is playing at Cloquet. Duluth East is in Grand Rapids tonight, and Greenway is playing the Northern Lakes. Girls hockey, Grand Rapids Greenway is playing in Hibbing, and I Falls is playing Evlith Gilbert. That game is over in White Lakes. We'll take a timeout. Reed and I will come back, get ready for second period action very, very shortly.
I didn't get my degree right out of high school, and I ended up getting married and having a few kids. My daughter, she was going through the college, she got her AA degree. She just kind of was like, hey Mom, you know, you can do it too. And the professors are really encouraging, everybody's just supportive. This May, I'm looking forward to graduation and walking with their support. My name is Desiree, and this is my Mesabi story.
Guys, you got some talent on the back end.
A few of them. We've got puck clears the zones. This is Will Trumpline, puts it right in 6 or something. The team settled down.
Yeah, they settled down a little bit. Maybe got into their groove.
All set to start our second period. Junior varsity game tonight went to Virginia by a score of 5-1. Hope the viewers had a chance to watch the JV game tonight, as Rockridge School now has brought in some students, and they've got a streaming going on covering junior varsity games here at the Myers, which is really nice.
Absolutely. The JV guys need a little bit of airtime. You know, it's not only the varsity group that doesn't get to have the crowds anymore. People come to watch the JV games too, and they've only got so many people in the game. So it's nice that they get to do that for the JV games. Absolutely.
Falls will have 20 seconds remaining on this 5-on-4. Just underway in the second period, 1-0 again for the Blue Devils. Sis Scherf trying to control it. He gets double and now almost triple teamed. Oh boy, he just got hit. Boy, they all know about number 15. Most of these teams have seen him enough.
They're going to have to do something about him. He does nothing but just move his feet out there. He hustles. And I'll tell you what, if a guy's going to work as hard as he does, then that's going to attract, it's going to attract a bunch of purple jerseys.
Just like the Energized Bunny, right?
Keeps on going.
Yep, never stops. Now Tiedemann will get it up to Rudebush. He'll put it into the Bronco zone. Rudebush trying to control it.
Boy, I was going to tell you that if Rudebush ended up getting that in and across to Peterson.
Goal! Number 24 again.
24 gets the second goal of the game, and I'll tell you what, I was just saying this. The linesman maybe could get an assist. That puck almost got out, hit the linesman, it got kept in. So hopefully we get enough time to see that. You can see it. It hits the linesman. It stayed in. Headley takes it out, rips it from just across the top of the circles, and Dylan Headley with his second goal of the game. And you didn't see that, I don't think, on the replay, but there was a chance for the Broncos to get the puck out of the zone, and the linesman was right there on the line. He's where he's supposed to be. You feel bad for him because, well, number one, he got hit by a puck. Number two is it stayed in because it hit him. Well, Headley walked it out, took the shot, So they did get a couple assists on there. There must have been some banging around on the wall there by the Pull Hockey sign over there. Must have got a little bit of banging around on the push one way or the other. But again, now Headley, 2 goals today.
2 goals for the youngster.
That was a good shot. I mean, it's the way the technology of these hockey sticks, the way they work nowadays. You shoot completely different than the way I was taught when I was a mite and a squirt.
Boy, you should have seen the hockey stick I used, Beck.
What did you use? A 2x4?
It was just about with nails in there, and you had to put tape on it. And boy, we used to use magazines for shin pads. And
Boy, you're dating yourself.
come the Broncos back, a shot goes right on. A save was made. A shot from Matt Worley of I Falls. Then behind the Virginia net, this is Nemanich shooting on the board. Boy, it came off that sideboard. They've got trouble over in that sideboard in that corner on the west side.
They always got trouble over on that side over there. I don't know what it is, but there's a gap in the boards over there. And sometimes it doesn't always get closed. It's the old set of Zamboni doors, or if there's ever an emergency and they have to back up an EMS or ambulance, they usually back right on.
Here's a shot and a save by Kangas. Another shot deflected.
That actually was saved by Tommy Nemanich. That was a block right in front of the net by the defenseman.
Here's another shot, and Kangas this time makes the save. Boy, Koshtik had the first chance. Comes Virginia back. In behind the net is Flatley. He'll give it to Irvin. Boy, the Blue Devils with a 2-0 lead, and the Broncos almost got one back there.
Well, they're playing gritty tonight, Bob. They are playing gritty. When you're finishing checks like the Blue Devils are, when you're winning races like the Blue Devils are, and when you're blocking shots in front of your own net, that's a gritty hockey game. And there's a little karma behind that, because usually karma's on your side when you're doing those things.
Ryan Mannon just threw a beautiful check right behind the net. It was on Cody Jocelyn, and that's why the puck is still in the zone, because of what Mannon did. Puck will be kept in by Carlson, Elijah Carlson. He's got Mannon coming right to the front. He's being hooked and held. High slot area, shot goes right on, a goal! On a backhand shot from Braden Tiedemann.
Well, the backhand shot from Tiedemann was the start of it. There was a tip in front of the net, and we'll see on the replay who actually got a piece of that. I think it was Bielke. So the play came out, found its way out to the point, and a backhand from Tiedemann. Bielke gets the tip, and it just flips over the stick side of Mitchell Nemec.
So it's 3-0 in favor of Virginia, and we'll wait for the official scoring.
And I'm going to say it's probably going to go to Bielke from Tiedemann. I don't see another assist.
Here's another shot and a save made.
Well, we don't want to take anything away from anybody, but I'm pretty sure that goal, if I look at that replay another time here, when we get a chance to see it again, I would assume,
Okay,
take a look at it again. Puck
Yeah.
goes out in front. It'll find its way out to the point. This is Tiedemann, and it's tipped by Bielke.
Yep.
So that's going to get changed, hopefully, at some point in time. Not that Lamoria doesn't deserve it, but you got to give the guy that actually made the play the point.
Absolutely. So 13 from 23,
Or 13 from 12.
or from 12,
12 made the shot.
but they also gave 23 an assist.
And that's a debatable assist because the puck actually got thrown out there by the Broncos.
Okay.
But if they want to give it to somebody else, they go right ahead sometimes. I don't know. And sometimes they just tend to give those.
Puck is cleared, and
We're
we're
gonna-
going to have a penalty coming on the Bronco goaltender, I think, maybe.
Delayed call on the Broncos as Ian King makes the sprint to get the 6th attacker on the ice for the Blue Devils.
There's a long pass, a little bit too far for Headley, and now we've got icing, and we're going to take a break. Before the power play, We've got 12 to play here in our period. It's 3-0 in favor of the Blue Devils. We'll watch the penalty, and then we will take a 30-second timeout. My 9 Sports from the Brie Cupoletti Arena.
I didn't get my degree right out of high school, and I ended up getting married and having a few kids. My daughter, she was going through the college, she got her AA degree. She just kind of was like, hey Mom, you know, you can do it too. And the professors are really encouraging, everybody's just supportive. This May, I'm looking forward to graduation and walking with their support. My name is Desiree, and this is my Mesabi story.
Blue Devils on the power play.
Guys, you got some talent on the back end.
Well, there's a few of them. We've got puck clears the zone. This is Will Trunkline, puts it right in 6 or something. What teams settle down?
Yeah, they settled down a little bit. Maybe got into their groove.
Broncos on the penalty kill. Right for the goal! A short-handed goal scored by number 22, Parker Sivonen.
Sivonen with the shot and a short-handed goal for the Falls, and it just was an ill-advised play here off of the breakout on the power play. A pass across the rink. Weird pass that didn't make the tape. You can see it across the rink. It didn't make it onto the tape, and there was miscommunication between Tiedemann and the other forward that was up there, and Sivonen picks up the play and the bad pass that came across, or I shouldn't say the bad pass, I should say the miscommunication on the boards here. Sivonen walks it in and fires it under the bar. That was a laser beam right over the left-hand shoulder of Ian Kangas.
So a huge goal for the Broncos. It's 3-1. Virginia on the power play for another 65 seconds. Here's Peterson taking the shot, and the puck is cleared back into neutral where Matt Callister will grab it for Virginia. Tried to hit Peterson. It was over his stick, and it's fired back into the Virginia end by Matt Worley. Now Callister in behind his net up to Brendan Peterson. Back to Callister. Blue Devils having a little trouble setting up this power play. 38 seconds to go on this man advantage, and the Broncos with the shorty have seemed to
Oh, you're
pick
going to
up
have
their
another
step.
delayed call. Watch this. Is he going to give him a hook? It could have been something else, and I'll tell you, that was a nice call by Nichols, and it was actually a generous call. I hate to say that, but it was a generous call as he was coming behind the net, and I believe that was Keegan Rudebush. Is that who it was?
Yes.
Rudebush was skating behind the guy, and his stick got up in between the legs
Ooh,
of that
boy.
young man, and that could be a 5-minute penalty for spearing.
I was just going to say
And that, I'll tell you, he's lucky he didn't get that. If he would have went down and played that a little bit, he could have seriously gotten, he might have been able to draw a 5-minute penalty. I'm glad he didn't, but he's lucky to just walk out of that with just a hook call.
But then they may have called him for
For
embellishment.
diving, yeah, for embellishment.
Yeah. Back to the point, a shot to goal from the point. Scored by Logan Bialke, his second of the night.
That's going to be his second of the night. If the referees and coaches change that second goal there, or I should say the third goal for the Blue Devils, Logan Bialke fires that. They were even up 4-on-4, and Logan Bialke walks to the middle of the rink and fires that shot, and it ends up in the back of the net. Nice little play here, but it was a good little forecheck here by the Blue Devils. Fires the puck back. And that was Tiedemann that made the pass back, and Bialke fires it, and that's going to be Tiedemann's second assist of the night at least. At least a second assist. Nice pass out to the point. Bialke fires it on net.
Broncos now have a power play for 1:15. In behind the net where it's grabbed by Max Dremel. Center ice, and Bialke will just fire it back in. Now Tiedemann will grab the puck. He puts it in. You got Mannon and Flatley, Tiedemann, and Lamourier on the penalty kill for the Blue Devils. Here comes Cooper Levine into the zone. Cooper Levine carries in behind the net. Blue Devils got to get into that box. They seem to be getting out of their box a little bit there for a second, although the puck now clears the zone and Virginia can reset up the penalty kill. This is Flatley with the puck into the attacking zone. Short-handed situation. Shot goes right on the net, deflected to the near wall. Back into neutral where Tyler Lamourier has the puck. 15 seconds to go on this man advantage. Blue Devils have done a good job killing off this penalty.
A good smart play to just get that down the rink at the end of that penalty kill, but now it's coming back the other way.
Here's Sivnen right out in front, and a nice play by Isaac Flatley to clear it away from the slot. Now both teams at full strength. Flatley will carry the puck in, and he gets bumped off the play by Tucker Hill. Rudebush out of the penalty box, try to center it. Broncos come away in the center ice, and Callister will grab it for Virginia. Callister in the left circle. Center press right out in front, and Nemec got a stick on it. Now Parker Simonin tries to control the puck. Into center ice, he tried to hit Levine. That didn't click. Pass comes up. This is Scherf. Nice pass into Rudebush. Rudebush could not control the puck, though. Kept in by Nemanich, and he flips one up into the rafters. Break in the action. We've got 8 minutes to go in the period. 4-1 Virginia. My 9 Sports coming to you from the Bree Couplet Arena in Virginia.
The P.S. Engman Agency is a family-owned business that has served the area with compassion and quality service for over 100 years. We are grateful for their fine support of Blue Devil Sports on Channel 5. Starkovich Distributing Company in Virginia has been a longtime Blue Devils sponsor on Channel 5 television sports, and has been a big contributor to the economic climate on the Iron Range for over 70 years. Call 741-9061 when you're looking for someone to supply your beverage needs.
I didn't get my degree right out of high school, and I ended up getting married and having a few kids. My daughter, she was going through the college, she got her AA degree. She just kind of was like, hey Mom, you know, you can do it too. And the professors are really encouraging, everybody's just supportive. This May, I'm looking forward to graduation and walking with their support. My name is Desiree, and this is my Mesabi story.
As we come back to action, the Broncos, Tucker Hill took an interference penalty. So Virginia on the man advantage.
Well, you got to hand it to International Falls anyway here for trying to sustain some kind of physical presence here in this game, but unfortunately, it hasn't been what you would consider legal pressure. They've gotten a couple of penalties this period. So have the Blue Devils, but they've been able to sustain a good penalty kill, and they've been able to score on the 4-on-4.
Puck comes all the way back in the Blue Devil end. Virginia will regroup on this. Oh boy, Aaron pass, intercepting the pass, and almost walking in was Glowacz. Blue Devils have 1:06 to go in this man advantage. Let's see if they can get something going. It's a 4-1 Virginia lead. We're 10 minutes into our second period. Blue Devils with 1 in the first, 3 in the second. Broncos with their goal here in the second period. The Bronco goal, of course, was a shorty just a few moments ago. Now a misplay behind the net, and boy, quickly getting some defense back to help out. I thought Kangas may have made a little boo-boo there, Reed.
That happens quite often, Bob. The goaltenders just need to keep that simple when they stop the puck behind the net, but they need to communicate.
Here's Headley. Shot goes over the top. A nifty move there on that left side.
I thought we were going to be looking at hats coming out on the ice. Can you do that during this COVID era right now? Can you throw your hat away? I don't know. Maybe people won't pick it up.
Here's Tiedemann's shot off the blocker of Nemec. I'm not sure. I don't know all the rules anymore.
I hate to joke about it because I wouldn't want to be in a position where you have to enforce all of this stuff. I really wouldn't. I'd hate to be an athletic director right now. I'd hate to work for the State High School League right now because they have to try to enforce stuff that's nearly impossible to enforce. Masks, all that kind of stuff.
Here's his Headley controlling the puck, and he'll just dump it in deep. Now Flatley right out in front. It went right through the skates of Irvin. Now comes the near board where Flatley will control it. 5:35 to play in our second period. It's 4-1 Virginia. Coming away with it is Cody Jocelyn. He gets bumped off the play, then he takes Lamourier into the back wall. Again, the play continues to be very physical. That's usually the way International Falls and Virginia do play their games.
Yeah, they've really kind of struggled, for the majority of what we've watched as far as the physical side. When they have thrown the body around and gotten physical, they've gotten called for it. So they need to sustain some kind of momentum.
Flatley after it. Defense was Joe Talmadge. Battle in that left corner, under 5 to play in our second period. Action in the Bronco end. High school hockey on this Thursday night. Section 7, and now we've got a penalty. Again, a Bronco penalty, and going to the box is going to be Cody Jocelyn. And now they're going to talk.
Kind of behind the play. That's behind the play, so they're having a conversation about what this is going to be.
Third Bronco penalty of the period.
Well, can you sense the frustration settling in a little bit? Can you? They're pressing right now. Obviously, they're pressing hard. They're throwing him out of the game.
Yeah, he's been kicked out of the game.
And I'm not exactly sure what for.
So Cody Jocelyn has been ejected from the hockey game in the second period.
But I did not see what happened down there in the corner. It was behind the play, so we did not see exactly what happened, but there'll be something to come over from public address announcer John Kempinen.
I'm not sure, did our camera up on top get anything at all? I'm not sure.
Like I said, it was behind the play.
Okay. And coming in to serve the penalty is going to be number 20, Owen Sether. Still waiting for the word. Broncos control the faceoff. Here is Scherf's shot was just wide.
Well, we still didn't get what the penalty was for.
It was 5 minutes.
Well, they gave him a misconduct, a 5-minute major misconduct, but I'm assuming it was for. Well, interesting. Well, we're getting some word from the fans that are in front of us saying that he may have kicked him with his skate. So I don't know. I can't confirm or deny, but that's just the word. I thought it would have been something like a spearing because it was behind the play, but somebody say that his feet may have came up and then intentionally, swung a skate at him. I don't know. That's something I can't confirm.
Okay. Well, we got 4 minutes to go in our period. Blue Devils have a 5-minute power play. Now it's down to about 4:10 to go. We'll try to get clarification of it. Walking in, a pass to Peterson. And Nemec just got his stick on it. Here's a shot and a goal scored by Scherf.
Well, Ryan Scherf with a great play as he walked around, circled all the way around, took the shot to Nemec, who was just not paying attention to the quick shot on net by Ryan Scherf. And viewers understand this is a 5-minute penalty. They can score as many as they want in this 5-minute period of time. They do not get that player out of the box.
Let's take a break. We got 3:49 to go in our period. We'll have more power play hockey when we resume in 30 seconds.
On a couple of those guys. You got some talent on the back end.
There's a few of them. We've got puck clears the zone. This is Will Trumpine puts it right in 6 or something. The team settled down.
Yeah, they settled down a little bit. Maybe got into their groove.
Back to action. The Blue Devils continue on this power play. We'll get the clarification shortly. Now picking it up is Flatley. Pass right out in front. It's deflected away from a shot. A backhand. Where's the puck? It's loose in a crease. No red light. Comes back to Headley. Now Lamourier. Now we've got a whistle. Now we've got a holding penalty. And Reed?
The Blue Devils are going to go for a holding here, and it's going to be 4-on-5 here for about 1 minute and 3 seconds, and the Blue Devils will have another power play. But we'll go back to the previous 5-minute major. We had a really good camera angle. Unfortunately, we didn't get that replay saved, but the angle that we had from cameraman Simon over on the side, a viewer texted in and said that they saw him kicking the player.
Oh, boy.
So it was a kicking penalty. They didn't mention that over the public address announcer, but it was apparently 5-minute major in a game ejection or game misconduct for kicking.
Boy, you can almost kill somebody if you hit them in the right spot.
Well, I'll tell you, I've seen way too many skates come up.
Yep.
And just in my experience, I've gotten hit with a skate in the side and got a huge scar on the side of my body to this day. It was back in Bantams. A skate came up, slit me right alongside the torso. So we're very lucky we don't have somebody hurt in that scenario.
Absolutely.
That's the reason for the game ejection.
Okay. Blue Devils and Broncos each skating a man short. 5-1 Virginia. This is a great Virginia period. Shot in, Nemec will just cover it up. And again, they've been constantly peppering that Bronco goaltender.
Well, it's been kind of tough for the Broncos to get a break. They've been, it's been kind of a nice little play. There was a shot right off, or a pass right off from the corner, and it got bumped back out to the point and a shot there. Tommy Nemec, and then we start with a face-off to the left of Nemec.
Puck comes back to Tommy Nemec. Let's go with a shot that hit a Bronco in front. Nemec will control it again. A shot hit another Blue Devil. It'll be kept in, though, and now it jumps over the blue line, and the Broncos after it. That Kostick, he'll get there just ahead of Callister. Battling along the near boards. Under 2 minutes to play in the period. Nemec comes in the zone. Flatley try to get it over to Headley. Again, Dylan looking for the hat trick tonight. Boy, it's too bad that we didn't have that replay of that kicking. I would have liked to have seen that and had it on
Well, that's a dangerous play and a scary play to boot. You just don't know what's going to happen in that scenario. So I'm actually kind of glad I don't have to look at it again, because it's kind of an eerie feeling.
Well, it's just the fact is, there is going to be some repercussions from it, and
for sure.
And of course, the coaches are going to have to make some decisions, and
Yep.
you get parents involved and everything. It could be a pretty.
It could be. That's a dangerous. It's a violent penalty,
Yep.
and who knows?
Yep.
There could have been a scenario where maybe it was more accidental than not.
Sure.
But for whatever reason, the referee, he saw it a lot clearer than anybody else did in this building. He thought it was violent.
Absolutely. We've got 1:11 to go here in the period. In 24 seconds, the Blue Devils will have a 5-on-4 advantage. Face off in the Broncos zone. Scherf battles for it. Broncos will control it. They shoot along the boards. Lamourier will keep it in for Virginia. Gets it to Rudebush in behind. Now it's shot to the near side where Cooper Levine will clear it back into neutral ice. We're under a minute to go in period number 2. Virginia with a 4-goal lead on the Broncos. Now Virginia back at full strength. Ben Irvin comes back on the ice.
Well, they'll have a power play for the last minute of the period, or final 39 seconds, I should say.
Scherf into the attacking zone, going to the corner. In behind Aruda Bush. They try to get it into the slot area. Battle in there. Peterson battling. Scherf in there battling. Still loose. Now Scherf will grab it for Virginia. To Brendan Peterson. 13 seconds to go. Tiedemann back in behind that Bronco net. Comes to the side. Tapped away. And it's going to be cleared. It will be out of the zone, and our period is going to come to an end. Well, we've played 2 periods. A great Virginia period as they scored 4 times in that period, and they've taken a 5-1 lead. Reed and I will be back shortly. We'll recap the period, and we'll have statistics. We'll have more hockey from the Breed Cooper Arena in Virginia.
The P.S. Engman Agency is a family-owned business that has served the area with compassion and quality service for over 100 years. We are grateful for their fine support of Blue Devil Sports on Channel 5.
Guys, you got some talent on the back end.
Well, there's a few of them. We've got puck clears the zone. This is Will Trunkline puts it right in 6 or something. The teams settle down.
Yeah, they settled down a little bit. Maybe got into their groove.
And welcome back to the Breed Cooper Arena in Virginia. I'm Bob Cohn along with Reed Larson and our entire Mesabi Community Television production crew. This is My 9 Sports coverage of high school hockey. 5-1 in favor of Virginia after 2 periods, a good Blue Devil period. And Reed, your thoughts after 34 minutes of hockey?
Well, the Falls came out with a little bit of physical play that they needed to respond to the physical play in the first period of the Blue Devils, but unfortunately they spent a lot of time in the penalty box, and we'll talk a little bit more about some of those penalties later. But you can't put a team that has the type of momentum that Virginia has right now on the power play that much. We've had some special teams goal, we had a couple of them, and we've had some shorties happen in this game too. So as of right now, the Falls is kind of sitting back and not getting enough done, and the Blue Devils are opportunistic on some of the undisciplined plays of the Broncos.
Penalties so far, Virginia with 3 penalties for 6 minutes. The Broncos have 3 for 9. And of course the 1 game misconduct where the player has been ejected from the game. Ian Kangas has only faced 8 shots tonight. He's made 7 saves, 4 in the first and 3 in the second. Meanwhile, Mitchell Nemec has faced 28 shots. He's made 23 saves so far, and he's given up 5 goals, a power play goal, and 4 regular goals for the Blue Devils.
Yeah, in a lot of opportunities on those power plays there. You know, they may not have scored on every single power play, but they've had a lot of chances and gained a lot of momentum from those. Most of them 5-on-5, 1 power play, but a lot of momentum going in the direction of the Blue Devils because of them.
We're going to show our viewers the highlights now of the second period. The first goal was from Dylan Headley, his second goal of the night. It came 57 seconds into the period.
Well, Dylan just kind of got caught up in a nice play on the side of the wall there where it got kept in by the referee. You didn't see that part of it, but it was kicked around on the boards. He walked to the center of the rink and fired it on net, buried it for a second of the night.
Then we've got Logan Bialke right in front of the net who gets a tip in and a nice shot from the point.
Yeah, good shot from Tiedemann. It was on the backhand, and Bialke's just in the right spot, gets a piece of it, and it trickles right over the right-hand pad of Nemec.
Then the Broncos got a shorthanded goal, and you talked about that one. That was a bullet from Parker Sevenin.
Yeah, it was. It was a turnover on the power play breakout there, and we won't mention names because I'm sure they feel bad about it. But Sevenin just caught a bad play and a miscommunication and fired that laser beam right over the top of Ian Kangas. Beat him for the only time that he's been beat today.
Then Logan Bielke had a nice bullet from the point to get his second goal of the period.
Yeah, again, another play where it got rimmed around. That was, I believe, on a 4-on-4 situation, and it got slide back to Bielke, and he takes just a laser beam from the point, and that hit nothing but net, Bob.
Okay, and then the last goal was scored as a power play by Ryan Scherf. That came at 13:11 of the period. It made it 5-1 in favor of the Blue Devils. Couple scores to report. I guess it's Hermantown over CEC 4-0 after one, and Duluth Marshall defeated Moose Lake by a score of 5-1 in the hockey game. We'll take a break. Reed and I will come back with third period action, that is. It's 5-1 Virginia. You're watching My 9 Sports from Virginia.
The P.S. Engman Agency is a family-owned business that has served the area with compassion and quality service for over 100 years. We are grateful for their fine support of Blue Devil Sports on Channel 5.
As we come back to live action, the Blue Devils have just popped another one in. It was scored by Brennan Peterson. That goal came 17 seconds, and let's see if we can take a look at that one.
Well, just a play that got pushed right out in front of the net and drove to the front of the net by Ryan Scherf, and Brendan Peterson opportunistic, busting down that dot lane like we talked before, going hard to the net. But that was just Ryan Scherf just plowing that puck to the front of the net like he does. We talk about his work ethic. You just got to drive, you got to power it to the front sometimes, and that's what he did. It was a tap-in, nice play by Brendan Peterson.
So we've got a 6-1 lead in favor of Virginia. This is Kostick into the Virginia end. Puts it right on. Kangas with a save. It's loose in front. And Ian will just cover up.
Good little play here into the zone here by the Falls. They fire that puck to the net. It's just tipped towards the net by the goal scorer, Sivonen. He just tips that, directs it towards the net, but Ian Kangas stands tall for what looks like about his 9th shot on net today. He's not falling asleep, is he?
No.
No, he's not. He's on it.
Yeah.
I would fall asleep if I only saw 9 shots.
Puck comes to the circle area, and it's picked up by Logan Bielke. Into the attacking zone. Here's Bielke. Let's go for a shot right on, and Nemec with another save. Boy, that was another hard shot by 13. I think this is one of his better games of the year.
Yeah, Bielke's just on point right now. He's just getting everything to the net, and that's a good play. Best play in hockey is a shot on net. Delayed call.
Tripping.
And that was a trip. And we're going to have the Blue Devils go on the penalty kill, and the Falls coming up with a power play. See if they can get something sustained here. They've got Eli Carlson coming to the box for the Blue Devils. The Broncos going to be on the power play for what we would consider probably the 3rd time tonight. I mean, there was some back and forth with penalties getting nullified because of another penalty from the other team. But this is going to be their 3rd power play.
So, good chance for the Broncos to try to get one and try to gain a little momentum back.
But I'll tell you, I'd be careful with the way that Virginia is running their forecheck on the penalty kill. They're pretty dangerous to score shorthanded goals. They almost scored one earlier in the first period. Ryan Scherf had to play hard to the net and bang the one-timer, just stopped by Nemec, but that was a shorthanded opportunity for them.
Scherf wins the draw for the Blue Devils. 2 minutes into our final period. Now from the point, a shot hit a lot of traffic. Controlled by Brady Wicklund. Puts it in behind the net for Miles Mason. Back to Wicklund.
I'm going to guess that Miles has some relation to the athletic director up there in the International Falls.
Yeah, you could be right. Billy Mason up there. Here comes the Blue Devils. This is Brendan Peterson coming by himself. A shot over the top of the net. Boy, and he had that glove side open there, too.
He had it. He fired it over the net, but I'll tell you, the goal judge, Casey Myrie back there, that he's used to seeing pucks come at him. He was a goaltender back in the day for the Blue Devils. He moved right out of the way. What's he learning?
I'll tell you, it was so special that year when he won the Lou Nanne Award down at the state hockey tournament.
Oh, sure, yep.
Such a special event, and it was so nice to see him with the winner of that. Geez, that must have been 2010. Is that what it was?
Likely was.
Yeah.
It was. Was that the character award? Was that the high school Hobie Baker award? It was a high school Hobie Baker, but it was a character award.
Yeah, it was the Broncos in their own end. They got power play for another 30 seconds. Virginia with a 6-1 lead. In behind that Virginia net. And Bialke will clear the zone. You're right, Blue Devils have really done a nice job on this short situation tonight.
Their penalty kill has just been on point. It's been, nothing really to call home about when they're in zone. They've been okay in zone, but where they're really dangerous is on the forecheck. Look at them. They just put pressure all over them, and one of the big pieces to that is they can tell that they're struggling and pressing with controlling the puck on their breakout, so why not put extra pressure on them?
We got an icing penalty called, and they'll bring the face-off all the way back into the Virginia zone.
Oh, a little correction now. So this comes from another Virginia, or I should say Coloraine, but he played it here in Virginia. It came from Derek Peterson, our Iron Range Goalie Academy goalie. He said that was the Herb Brooks Award.
The Herb Brooks. I'm sorry, not the Lou Nanne. That's right. Yep. Herbie Brooks.
It's coming from his goalie coach. So he says, you better get this right.
Oh, really?
You better get this one right. It came from his goalie coach, Derek Peterson, Iron Range Goalie Academy. He worked with him for many years, and actually Casey Myrie has done some work with Iron Range Goalie Academy. So, yeah, that's when one of the first years that they started kind of doing that stuff. They started putting some of those Herb Brooks Awards in, and they do that at the end of the state tournament every year.
Yep. Well, it's nice to hear from Derek. I haven't seen him for a few years.
Well, yeah, Derek is. It's been kind of a slow year because of COVID. He hasn't been able to, he services so many different organizations throughout northern Minnesota, and you can imagine how that could potentially be an issue with COVID. And he said, I'm going to back away from this for this year. My business will come back. He'll have his players coming back to him again. We just need to, it was really, really unselfish of him to do that. And that's a good business guy, and it's a really good guy.
Haven't seen his mom and pa for a few years now either. Always nice talking with mom and dad, Peterson.
Oh, yeah. Good people. Long-time athletic director at Greenway Coleraine there.
Puck is shot into that corner. Flatley gives it to Headley. Headley then goes down. Oh, boy, just tipped away. At the side of the net was Ben Irvin of the Blue Devils. Coming up on 12 minutes to play in our final period. 6-1 lead for the Blue Devils. Virginia looking for their third victory of the season. Broncos looking for their fourth win. Again, the Broncos came in winning their first 3 games and then losing their first game to Hibbing this past week, while Virginia 2-2 overall. Blue Devils 2-0 in the section. They've won 2 section games and lost twice to Cloquet, 2 AA schools.
Well, I can tell you that there's a significant strength difference between these two teams. You can see that right there. All Logan Bialke does is put a body into that guy. He falls over, and of course he's going to get an interference call. That was a good call. But you can tell a significant difference in strength between these two teams. Virginia's way stronger, strength-wise.
So Logan Bialke will go to the penalty box for interference, and that is the 5th Virginia penalty. We're going to take a break. We've got 11:17 to go here in our third period. My9 Sports on this Thursday night from Virginia.
I didn't get my degree right out of high school, and I ended up getting married and having a few kids. My daughter, she was going through the college. She got her AA degree. She just kind of was like, hey, Mom, you know, you can do it too. And the professors are really encouraging. Everybody's just supportive. This May, I'm looking forward to graduation and walking with their support. My name is Desiree, and this is my Mesabi story.
Broncos back on the power play, under 11 minutes to play in our hockey game. Virginia with a 6-1 lead. Broncos on the power play. Here's a shot and another save by Kangas. He drops it, no whistle, so it's live. And the Blue Devils able to clear it out. Broncos will fire it right in. It looks like the goalie's water bottle.
Nice little save there, but there's the strength in the corner there, Tommy Nemnich. It takes two guys for them to pull the puck out, but look at that glove save by Ian Kangas. And then he kind of bobbles it as he lays it down to shoot it out, but you could see that it was kind of one of those things that the goaltender likes to do when they make a glove save, Bob. They do that quick close the glove, and then they flip the elbow up like it was, yeah, I just pulled this thing in. Check it out. A little extra flair for the goalies out there. I bet you Derek Peterson liked the look on that one.
Long pass comes into the Blue Devil zone. Virginia playing shorthanded for another minute. Just over 10 to play in our hockey game. My 9 Sports Thursday night action from Virginia. Here's a shot deflected. Right in center ice. Nobody seems to want to control it. Now Nemnich will grab it. Throws it up into the rafters. Next week, we were supposed to have a game on Tuesday. As of right now, Denfeld canceled because of COVID. They were supposed to play Grand Rapids. We were going to do that game Tuesday night over at the IRA Civic Center, but Denfeld postponed. Haven't heard anything, so I'm not even sure if we even have a My 9 game next week.
Yeah, it looks to me like that we do not have anything set up for next week. Hopefully we can make that up someplace down the line. But yeah, unfortunately for Denfeld, when they had their situation, they're out for 14 days. They were out, Rapids was supposed to travel to the Heritage this Tuesday and play, and then they were supposed to play again next Tuesday in Grand Rapids. Of course, we were supposed to cover that game. I was excited about not having to drive too far.
Yeah. And of course, it's always fun seeing the people in Grand Rapids.
Well, yeah, they always like listening to
Yeah,
that, and fun to see all our people over there. We got a slashing call coming. Referee Todd Skya is calling a slash on number 7, Cooper Levine.
And Reed, I think right now, I think the officials are going to have their hands full in the final 9 minutes as frustrations are setting in quite a bit on the team in the purple and gold.
Yeah, they're getting frustrated. You know, it still is coming from the Blue Devils too. I mean, they're utilizing their strength and still picking penalties up because they're so much stronger. And there's still penalties coming from the other side, where you got guys that are whacking and you know, smacking a guy with a slash, and guy got a kick in there. 5-minute major.
Here comes Braden Tiedemann for the Blue Devils. Carries it in behind the net. Now it comes to this near board.
We did get video back sent to me. You know, we didn't get a replay on that 5-minute major for kicking. We didn't get a replay on our end, but we've got so many great viewers out there that watch it on the television, and I get video sent back to me, compliments of Dwayne Walters, send it back to me on my Facebook page, and I got the video. There was a couple of pretty significant kicks from that young man. One of them was up by his head.
Oh, boy.
And then the next one kind of caught him maybe in the arm. I don't think he got him real hard, but they were significant, and it was very clear that that is a 5-minute major for sure and a game misconduct. So thanks for the video, Dwayne. It was nice to get that and see it. However, kind of scary.
Here comes Ryan Scherf for the Blue Devils on the power play. Rubbed off the play on a check from Joe Talmadge. Now Rudebush will give it back to Scherf to the point. Callister's shot hit some traffic. I don't think it got to the goaltender. Now Nemnich backhands it in deep once again. Rudebush tried to get the puck to Scherf. And it jumps out over the blue line, goes all the way down. Kaller setting the power play up to Rudebush. Off his stick, Nemnich will grab it. 30 seconds to go on this man advantage. Coming up on 7.5 minutes to play in our hockey game. Rudovich to Peters, right out front to Scherf. No red light. Goaltender Nemec with the big
A
save.
quick celebration. He celebrates where Scherfy, you could keep whacking at that thing. I didn't hear a whistle. Nice little play there by Peterson, and he thought it squeaked in, but it stayed underneath Nemnic's pads. Give it another poke. I didn't hear a whistle.
Here's a shot deflected high and wide of the mark. Broncos having some trouble clearing it out. Elijah Carlson tried to take it away. Still in the Bronco zone and finally jumps all over the blue line. Kostick, just as the penalty box opens, the Blue Devil player goes in there. We're going to take a break with 7:10 to go. It's 6-1 Virginia, My 9 Sports from the Coupolette Arena in Virginia.
Starkovich Distributing Company in Virginia has been a longtime Blue Devils sponsor on Channel 5 television sports and has been a big contributor to the economic climate on the Iron Range for over 70 years. Call 741-9061 when you're looking for someone to supply your beverage needs.
I didn't get my degree right out of high school, and I ended up getting married and having a few kids. My daughter, she was going through the college, she got her AA degree. She just kind of was like, hey Mom, you know, you can do it too. And the professors are really encouraging, everybody's just supportive. This May, I'm looking forward to graduation and walking with their support. My name is Desiree, and this is my Mesabi story.
As we get back to action, Logan Bialke is going to take a penalty right in front of the bench.
Right in front of the penalty box. A little bit happening here, and we've got athletic trainer Brad Kern coming across the rink. You know, I don't know how much of a penalty it was, but it was definitely a big hit. I can see where they can get a certain type of call, maybe a boarding, whatever it might be. I didn't see if it was from behind him, but he was a little ways from the boards and went flying kind of violently into the board. So, of course, the athletic trainer is going to attend to that young man. It looks to me that it was Tristan Thompson from International Falls. He bumped his head a little bit as he came down to the ice, and athletic trainer Brad Kern is going to give a quick look and likely take him through protocol for a concussion. He's going to get a 5-minute major for boarding, and that was what I assumed he was going to call, because I didn't see anything else, Bob. I didn't see any other call he could make on that one. He finished a check. The puck was still there, so no interference, but he was a ways from the boards. It was a violent hit drove him into the boards.
Broncos on the power play. Under 7 to play. They've got a 5-minute power play. They can score as many goals in that 5 minutes. And the Blue Devils cleared out, and here comes the race for the puck. Here comes Ryan Mannanen all by himself. Pass off, and a nice save by the goaltender. Now Elijah Carlson scores.
Well, why not finish it off, right? It's kind of interesting. I'm looking across at the coaching staff. Pass from Mannanen to Elijah Carlson. Mannanen misses it on his backhand, and then Mannanen throws it back in front of the corner. He gets the rebound from the corner, throws it back out front, and it was buried by Elijah Carlson. It was funny because I was looking at the coaches. When he missed the first one, their hands going, they're like, how did you miss that? Well, you know what? Young hockey players, you stick with it, you might get the second chance. That's what happened. You saw Mannanen dig it out, throw it back in front, and then Carlson buries it.
You know, when I was watching the play, I didn't even see Carlson. That's how fast Mannanen got down there. I said, goes in all alone. And then I realized there was Carlson right there with him. Now we're on running time as we've got a 6-goal differential, 7-1 Virginia. Broncos still have 4 minutes on this power play, and another save by goaltender Kangas.
That was a really good save there, Bob. Nice play here on the side of the net, but he actually lost his stick. So he's got his defenseman here handing him, or it looks like it was a forward handing him his stick. He's got a player stick, not his goalie stick. And then he makes a shoulder save and lays on it. Smart move to freeze the puck so he can get his stick back.
Shot goes right on and saved by Kangas. Again, we're in running time.
Kangas is doing just a phenomenal job. I mean, I know he hasn't seen as many shots as Nemec has seen on the other end, but he's seen shots, and he's had to make the saves. He's made the saves he's had to.
Here's the last save coming on Tucker Hill's shot.
Right off the face-off. Nice one face-off by the Falls and a quick snap and another save.
Here's another shot and a save, and then Kangas bats it up into the netting.
Well, that's what they teach the goalies, right, Derek Peterson? I know you're still watching, but they teach them to direct the puck out of play. So another shot. Boom. Directs it up into the netting behind Ian Kangas.
Okay, then you have to ask Derek Peterson also, do they teach the goaltenders to kick the net off the mooring occasionally?
Well, they teach them to be aggressive. And if aggressive means sliding across that crease really hard and then, you hit the net. I mean, I guess you don't teach them to knock the net off, but you teach them to be aggressive. That's a pretty aggressive play, though. Especially if you're killing a penalty. Especially if you're killing a penalty, right? You got a 5 minute. You got a 5 minute major you're killing off. Kick the net off. You're on running time.
I mean, you really think that I believe you that I don't
No,
teach 'em? Okay.
no, I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to tell you one way or the other. I gotta keep some secrets from you.
Puck jumps out over the blue line. Broncos will have to reset. This is Joe Talmadge in his own end. Under 4 minutes to play in our hockey game. Again, we're on running time. We still are in the third period with a 6-goal differential. Puck is now picked up by Isaac Flatley, and here come the Blue Devils back shorthanded. A shot right on Nemec with the save. Break in the action, 3:35, clock running time. My 9 Sports from the Brie Coupeletti Arena in Virginia.
On a couple of those guys. You got some talent on the back end. A few of them.
We've got puck clears the zone. This is Will Trumpline, puts it right in 6 or something. The team settled down.
Yeah, they settled down a little bit. Maybe got into their groove.
Broncos with the power play unit out, putting some pressure on that Virginia net in the corner. This is Parker Sivanen, who has the only goal tonight for I Falls. He takes his man into the board, gives him an extra shove. That was Tyler Lamourier taking that little punishment. Now Tucker Hill in his own end. Officials really watching things closely, especially anything behind the play.
That's wise move by those guys to watch things closely because the frustrations they set in when there's a 6-goal differential. Hence the reason for running time and get out of here so nobody gets hurt in these types of situations, especially a physical hockey game like this one.
Here's Tucker Hill's shot and another blocker save by goaltender Ian Kangas. Sivanen will go in after it. And behind that Blue Devil net. Puck was tapped away from Max Dremel. Blue Devils successfully kill off that 5-minute power play.
I got some really good feedback on the goalie to the net stuff. I got some good stuff for you, Bob, at the next time we could say it.
Okay. Sure, it's got to be from some goalies that...
Oh, well, you're going to hear it from Derek Peterson whenever you summon him for something. So he says pucks always to the corner. That's the rebounds to the corner all the time. I knew that, but, they direct it up all the time. And it says control the workload. Control what you can control around the net. But he says, and this is always kick the net off, just make sure the referee doesn't see you.
Thank you, Derek Peterson. I love hearing that from you.
And make sure they don't have access to instant replay, he says.
Here is Levine with the puck in that corner. He takes Scherf hard into that corner. Shot from a point is blocked, and coming away with the puck for the Blue Devils is Dylan Headley. And he's knocked off the play by Ben Glock. We're into our final minute of action. Puck goes all the way down. It's icing, and now watch how slow they'll skate to the
yeah.
other end.
The referee, take your time.
Oh, no. Troy Nichols is
Take
going a
your
little bit too
time.
fast.
Yeah, he's going to take a sweet old time getting there.
I think Todd Sky just told him, hey, slow down a little
Slow
bit.
down. We'll get out of this thing in 35 seconds. No one gets hurt. Be a hero.
Face off. And
They've got another delayed call right now. See? That's why he was telling him to slow down.
it's going to be a tripping penalty, and we're not even going to have time because the clock is going to run out. It's going to be Spencer Dixon going to the box. I think he must have 2 or 3 during the JV game also. And he's going into the box, and now the clock is showing 10 seconds. There won't even be another face-off. 7-1 victory tonight for the Virginia Blue Devils over the International Falls Broncos. They do drop the puck, and now the clock will run out on our hockey game. That'll do it from the Brico Palette Arena. Our final score tonight is Virginia 7, International Falls 1, and we'll get the final statistics and our post-game show coming up after this timeout. Seven to 1 is our final score tonight, with the Virginia Blue Devils getting their 3rd victory of the season. They now go to 3-2. They are perfect in Section 7, 3 wins and no losses. Meanwhile, the Broncos suffer their 2nd loss in a row after winning 3 games to open the season. They are now 3-2 on the season. Blue Devils will travel to Hermantown on Tuesday to take on the best team in the state, the Hermantown Hawks. And Reed, after coming out of this performance tonight, just kind of like your thoughts thinking ahead towards Tuesday night when Virginia has to take on the Hawks.
Well, they're coming into a juggernaut, Bob. That team in Hermantown could potentially be the top team in the state, single A or double A, so they've got their work cut out for them. But I do like the players and what Coach Cale Finseth has down there in the Blue Devil locker room. They've got a couple of gritty guys down there. In fact, everybody's willing to put the work in for Coach Finseth, finish checks, play gritty, and they were very clearly the dominant team tonight when it comes to strength. They showed their strength tonight. They did spend some time in the penalty box, and I'll tell you this much, if they spend any time in the penalty box against Hermantown, you can guarantee that it's going to get out of control. So they have to be a physical presence, but try to do it in a legal fashion, so to speak.
Broncos get back on their home ice next week. Tuesday night they'll host Lake of the Woods, and then on Thursday night, the 4th, they will host Greenway of Coleraine, a team that they have already beaten one time by a score of 2-1. Final statistics before we show you the final 2 goals in our hockey game. The Blue Devils had 6 penalties for 15 minutes tonight. Broncos with 4 penalties for 11, plus the 1 game ejection. Saves in the hockey game, Ian Kangas with 4 in the first, 3 in the second, and 10 in the third. He had 17 saves tonight. And Mitchell Nemec of the Broncos with 12, 11, and 9. He finished with 32 saves in a hockey game. Blue Devils, just kind of recapping the first 2 periods of scoring before we get to our final 2 highlights. It was Dylan Headley scoring the first 2 goals tonight. Then the 3rd goal was scored by Logan Bialke. Parker Sivenden then scored for the Broncos. That goal came a shorthanded goal 5 minutes into the period. And then Bialke and Scherf rounded out the scoring in the 2nd period. It was 5-1 after 2. We'll move to the 3rd period now. 17 seconds. Brendan Peterson scores to give Blue Devils a 6-1 lead.
Yeah, and it was just driving to the net hard by Ryan Scherf. He literally pushed hard to get that thing to the front of the net, and Brendan Peterson coming down the slot buries that baby.
That made it 6-1, and then Ryan Mannon with a burst of speed makes the play. Yeah. I didn't even see Elijah Carlson alongside of him.
It actually was a double chance at it. I mean, he had the opportunity. Ryan Mannon had the break. He passes it across to Elijah Carlson. He tries to go to his backhand, misses the net. It ends up down in the corner, but young hockey players, I said this when the play actually happened, if you stick with it, you might have a second chance at it. Mannon stuck with the play, got the rebound, and threw it back in front of the net to Elijah Carlson, and he buried the second chance.
Okay, well, that's going to do it from the Brico Palette Arena. I hope you enjoyed our telecast tonight right here on My 9 Sports. I want to thank my Mesabi Community Television production crew, Darwin Aller on our main camera. It was Simon Insuk on the camera on the east end. It was Javanci George, our cameraman, up on the perch on the west end of the arena. For Reed Larson on the commentating, we also want to thank Steve Rockla down in our truck, John back at KBGR. Again, I'm Bob Cohn with tonight's play-by-play. Once again, our final score tonight, it was Virginia over International Falls by a final score of 7-1. Good night, everyone.